Hello, and time for a sudden video, because I was reading my Legend of Zelda A Link to the Past Japanese strategy guide, and I came on a passage that confused me at first, and then it sort of all fell into place, and I sort of want to share this experience. So, let's start from the beginning. This is covering the part where Link has taken Zelda to the sanctuary. He's rescued her from the castle. Sorry for the evil-looking lighting, but even though it's in the daytime, it's apparently really dark in here, and I don't have any lights other than my desktop lamp and the window, and it still looks kind of like but what are you gonna do? Anyway, 教会に逃げ込むと神父さんが二人を待っているのだ。教会 church. Nigekomu is run away, basically. Nigeru is to run away. Komu is like this thing that's added to any number of verbs to make it sort of stronger or more complete or whatever. Kind of like when you get on a plane, you could say norikomu, like whatever. I can't explain it, but it's a thing. Shimpu means priest. Futari, two people. Mattiru, to wait, was waiting. So when you run into the church, the priest is waiting for the two people, basically Link and Zelda. Shimpu-san no. I've written O here, but it's wrong. It's no. Shimpu-san no hanashi ni yoru to, doyara kono hairaru kuni ni wa imada katsute nai kiki ga sematte iru mitai da. Shimpu-san no hanashi ni yoru to is according to his story, according to what he says. Hanashi is like story, but it's also, speaking. Ni yoru usually means by. So, by what he's saying or something, by his story. But it seems much more logical to just say according to. Doyara, I finally remembered now, it means apparently. I didn't have to look it up this time. I usually need to look up things like 50 times sometimes before it actually hits my brain and stays there. Kono hairaru kuni ni wa, in Hyrule. I have no idea really why Japanese people why they like to have this Hyrule. Like kono nihon or, like kono, like this. Not sure why, but whatever. Then, a weird one. Imada katsute nai. Skip it for now. Kiki means crisis. Sematte iru is approaching. Semaru, is to approach. Kind of like Kamen Rider. Semaru shoka. Jigoku no gundan. Go, let's go. Anyway, and mitai afterwards, it seems. But imada katsute nai. Okay, so first, when I looked at this, I was like, what the fuck is this? So obviously, I'm thinking like this. Ima means now, and dai is, and katsute is one of those weird things. It means once, and then nai not. So it's now once not. I was like, what? But I just took imada katsute. I could see nai as like a separate thing, because nai is just nai, and tenai is not a conjugation that's common anyway. So I just searched for imada katsute, and apparently that's a thing. It's an expression, and it means not until now, never yet. Like the example here, never have I seen such a thing. But then I wonder, why is nai there? So basically, I sort of understood that this means a never-seen-before crisis seems to be approaching Hyrule. And that fits with the game and everything, but then why is nai? That would be like a never-before-seen crisis is not approaching Hyrule or something. Or what's not never been seen, which means it has been seen. It's like, huh, what? But looking at gshow.org again, like a little closer, it says with a negative verb. But here it's kiki is not a verb, obviously. That's a so noun. And sematte iru is a verb, but it's followed. It's too late, so to speak. It's not part of the part. Imada katsute nai kiki is a part. And then ga marks that, so kind of that's shut off. And then sematte iru mitaida is separate. So where's the verb? But then I realized, and I hope I'm right about this, obviously, is nai is a verb. Nai is the verb. Because aru, nai is the negative form of aru, which is a verb. It means to exist. The negative form of aru is not anai or anything. It's just nai. So ima katsude nai just is, that's the negative verb. So it is not until now, never before seen. So it actually is just as I expected. I just thought of it in the wrong way or whatever. So a little confusing, but I think I've got it now. So move on. どうやら悪の根源になっているのは司祭アガニム。どうやら again, apparently, 悪の根源になっている. Because Noah is just, like encircling that whole part. So that's a part. Shisai means priest again. I'm not quite sure what the difference is between Shimpu and Shisai, but whatever. So the priest Aganim, apparently, the evil, and then Konge means root. So he's the root of the evil, which is true in the game, of course. But then I wondered, why is it Ninattiru? So he's becoming, because Naru is to become, and I learned that Teiru is, and like the ing form, like it's present ongoing tense. But I don't think that's not the way it is here. He's not becoming the evil or something. He just is the evil, because kongen ninatteiru as like a part means the root. He is the root. I don't know why, but I mean, and basically I'm going off of Google Translate here. When I just have that part in there, it just says he is the root of the evil. He doesn't say he's becoming or anything. So that's fine enough for me anyway, for now. Shichikenja, 7 wise men, no chi o hiku, musume tachi o ikenie ni sasagete yami no sekai ni okuri, jaku no gano no fui no hodokouto shite iru rashii no da. This was a long ass one, and I had problems looking at this first, like, where do I... Because it helps if I put them into parts and bits, like this is one part, okay, and then followed by this part, like a, what's it called, like sub-sentence, or it's called something, like Shichikenja no chi o hiku musume tachi, so like the hiku, Shichikenja 7 wise men, no chi, blood, hiku, it's pull, so I guess, and then musume tachi, the girls, so they're pulling blood of the 7 wise men. But then afterwards comes Ikenie, which means sacrifice, and then Sasagete, lift up, Yami no Sekai, dark world, ni Okuri, send to. So it's like, are they sacrificing? Are they pulling blood, kind of like sacrificing? Or, so it's like, But then it kind of like clicked. It's like, Shichikenja no chi o hiku musume tachi. That's a part, because then you have O after that, and it goes on, whatever. Of course, there's another O, but never mind that. So hiku in this chiyo hiku, it doesn't mean pull blood really. It means like sharing blood, because they have the blood of the 7 wise men. Because that's what, I have to think back to the context of what the game is about, and it's about the girls who are descendants of the wise men. So I thought, okay, maybe in Japan they say chiyo hiku means sharing blood, like they have the same blood rather than just literally pulling blood. So the girls who share the blood of the 7 wise men, one part. Ikeni and sasagite is sacrifice to, and sasagite was like hold up or something. It feels like the sort of semi-literal, like you hold up a sheep and like to the sky and like, oh God, I give you this sheep in sacrifice or something. So it's like, yeah, ikinie ni sasagite, I bet, I haven't looked this up or asked anyone, but I bet that's like a kind of a part that means just to sacrifice, basically. You don't have to, I feel like I shouldn't look at it so literally. Just this thing together means to sacrifice. Yami no sekai ni okuri, send to the dark world, so that's where Ganon is. So they're trying to send the girls to the dark world or something. And then the easiest one, I guess, Jaku no Ganon, the evil King Ganon, no Fuin is a seal, which I know now because the Japanese title of Castlevania 2, Simon's Quest, is not Simon no Boken or something. It's Dracula no Fuin, the seal of Dracula, which is what the game is about. So Jaku no o Ganon no Fuin o Hodoko toshite yuru rashii no da. This kanji I know means to solve or to well, basically just to solve. And then when I see ko after it, I know that it's a volitional form. That when someone is trying to do something or wants to do something, and why it's ko is because the word ends in ku, because that's the way that Japanese words are conjugated. When it ends in what I call something u, which like ku or mu or gu or whatever, they remove the u, so to speak, and then take the base, which is the k, and then add whatever it is. In this case, the o, so ko, hodoko, trying to do it. And a slight part of confusion it was that whenever I see toshite, I just think toshite as meaning as, kind of like otoko toshite kintama o motteimasu or something. As a man, I have balls. In my case, just ball, but anyway. But this toshite, it doesn't always mean that, especially because I see that it's iru afterwards, so it's to shite iru. So I saw this and like, okay, fuck toshite. Just say remove that from my brain. It's just to shite iru. And this is basically the hodoko to shite iru is kind of like hodoko to shimasu. Like when you have the volitional and then to and then suru, it's like you decide to do something. So hodoko, they want to do it, and shiteiru, they're doing it. So they're apparently rashi is basically like mitai. So I like that in the same kind of text they used mitai already, so they don't want to use it again, so they use rashi instead. So it seems that they're by the way, that because the subject really hasn't been in the two bigger sentences, hasn't really been specified, but they say earlier that Aganim is the root of all evil. So basically, then after that, they're talking what he wants to do because he's the evil. So he wants to sacrifice the girl descendants of the seven wise men, send them to the dark world, and release the seal of the evil King Ganon, which is what Aganim is doing. Yeah, so now I feel that I understand this whole part, while when I first looked at it, it was really confusing. And yeah, that's the power of it's the power of love.